So whenever we're ready. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to So welcome back to the Nights of Argos. My name is Lee,
Justin,
and Brandon.
and I guess today we're gonna be doing another podcasty thing. I guess. Yeah. So it's October. It's October.
Crazy. The years gone by.
as you haven't.
We kind of try to decorate.
We spooked it up a bit.
Yeah, we tried.
Good.
Matching colors.
Black.
We're blending in.
So I guess today we're discussing on how, I guess, have you ever experienced anything like paranormal, or have you experienced like encounters with like maybe something that you've never, like you just couldn't explain, I guess. Maybe like a ghost or something that just you really,
Alien.
yeah, or anything like that, I guess. Do you guys have something that, like, top of your head, like?
Well, if I may, I never no, dang. But no, I never experienced anything, but I have heard stories, and one specific story is actually here in our hometown. And basically at the university, it used to be a fort called Fort Brown.
Yeah.
And in this particular area, there's a big tree. Huge, beautiful tree. The thing was, they used that tree to hang people, so the prisoners. So
I see where this is going.
yeah, so
Is it that tree with the dangling things?
Those are the people that are hung.
Oh,
No, yeah. No, that's part of the vegetation.
okay. But then it was that tree. Right?
That's true.
Okay.
So basically, I learned about this when actually I think I was going to one of Eli's concerts for TSC. He was playing guitar, classical guitar, and basically
So not one of the concerts you sung in, but
no,
it was one of the other.
no. What I didn't know at the time, but me and a couple of friends went to see him, and then when we went out, we were just walking around the university.
Yeah.
And then we get to this one particular side, and a couple of friends of ours who are married, they're like, "Oh, we got our wedding pictures at that tree," and one of my other friends, who's a state trooper, he's like, "Yeah, that tree's haunted." Because they used to hang people right there, and right there, that building right next to it used to be the morgue.
Holy crap.
Ugh.
I've seen other people like go for like quinceañeras or like their graduation photos.
Mhm.
I've seen them walking around taking pictures because it's pretty, and like during the day.
Yeah, and just imagine if they develop those pictures and just in the back you see just
Just like that
what
person,
looks like
like
a body hanging. Oh my god.
like the reflection off the window of the house.
Yeah, exactly.
It's-
Something. Oh, that's super creepy.
no, if I was a ghost, I'd just be like, really? I have to see quinceañeras. Weddings.
Oh, mad in the pictures.
Get off my lawn.
I don't want you here.
That actually, well, kind of tied to that, the pictures wise, is at the theater here in town, because like been there forever since I was like a child.
Yeah.
There was someone who had taken a picture looking into like the house where people were sitting, and at the very, very top going into the lobby, there was like a silhouette of someone, but no one was standing there, obviously. It could have been someone like moving by,
Yeah.
but every time, I remember when that happened, people were like, oh my god, that's like the picture. Like that's like picturing a ghost.
Yeah.
Like that is like one of the ways to see it. I was like, that's creepy, I'm out. But I'm gonna still work there for years
Yeah.
after.
But did you ever experience anything else?
Oh yeah.
When you were there?
So at the theater that's here in the hometown, it's been here for years. I should know probably how many, 50 plus, I think, maybe 45 plus.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been here for a while.
It doesn't look that old though.
They probably
Like I've been there.
They probably read what's the word?
Refurbished.
Yeah.
Yeah. kept it up, and because it's like in a park, it gets a lot of attention. But I was running sound for one of the shows, so I went up to the booth and I was pre-setting some stuff, and no one was up there with me. Everyone was in the back changing. And the way that the soundboard is, there's certain things that notify you, like when the mics are spiking and stuff like that, like the stage mics and the floor mics. And if there's a really loud, like people are singing, lots of dancing, it goes up to like red. It's like green, yellow, red.
Yeah.
And if it's really, really loud, it'll go all the way up. So I was up there setting everything. I hadn't turned the mics on yet. And all of a sudden, those lights go all the way up to red and stay there and then go back down. And then do it again. Go up to red and stay there for a bit and go down. So that would only mean if I think it would be as if someone's like screaming into the mic. Like it's kind of that just like intense.
But I mean, they weren't on.
But no one was on stage. No one was in the house or on stage.
But were they weren't on.
No, and yeah, that's true. And that too. The mics weren't on. That's why I was like, and of course, the space there, like you can't stand up there.
Yeah,
I've
seen that. Yeah.
Like it's here if you're sitting down. So you have to kind of like crouch in. Mm-hmm. So as soon as that happened, I was like, I gotta get out. I can't be here. But I can't like just, I can't get out, exactly. So I had to like,
carefully
I'm
get
so
out.
sorry. I will get out of your way. And then got out. But yeah, that was probably the scariest because I felt like I couldn't move. But yeah, but it was just like, that's so weird. Of course, I'm not very technologically adept, so that may have just been some sort of bug or something.
A simple technological problem that it's like.
But people have said that they've seen or encountered things up there by the light booth, the sound booth. So that's why I was like, it's probably that. Goodbye. You don't need someone to run sound today. Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, Lee.
So
I am a ghost.
Whoa. So
was it that one time that we saw it?
No, it wasn't.
Next.
So there was this one time back in high school, in my hometown. I was a stupid kid with my friends, and we went to this. One of them lived next to this house that had burnt down.
Okay.
Like super recently, like maybe 2 years ago, and it was burnt down. It was husked, and nobody had like been there. The grass was overgrown, and it was just there. And they were saying like, oh hey, let's just go in there, and just like see if we see anything, right? Just being stupid. And so we go in, and the house is burned. Like you can see where all the flames were burning away at the house, like everything. There was nothing there. There were like the bed frames, like the metal
Mm-hmm.
frames of the bed there, and I didn't know this, but it was a 2-story house, and at the end of the hall of the house, there was it was a room for a kid. And you could see like the toys and the drawings and the books of the kid that lived there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so creepy. Like I didn't touch anything. I was like, nope, this is not, no.
And then bad juju.
Yeah, and then we went towards the kitchen of the house. And there was supposed to be a door there, but it was just like knocked down because I think they just
It wasn't burned. It was just knocked down.
I guess because it wasn't even there. Like we didn't even see it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm guessing it was just like torn off or something. They were trying to get in or whatever. And we like just peeked out to the backyard, and there was like this huge wooden cross. Like it was like tilted and everything. And we were like, what? Like who would put a wooden cross in the backyard? I mean, the grass was like super tall,
Mm-hmm.
but you could still see it over it. And one of my friends ended up taking pictures as we walked along.
Uh-huh. Okay, so if you can't see, we got some decorations
Yeah.
crudely put up But as he said that, one of the pieces fell. Just so you didn't see it, right? But I just
I saw it off.
Yeah,
Off the corner of my eye.
I was just moved. I was like, I'm sorry,
We're
Holly.
gonna die
I know
here."
we're invading your space.
So yeah, one of my friends was taking pictures as we were running along the house, and when we got to the stairs to the second floor, me and another one of my friends were trying to climb up it, but we just kind of like stopped because he ended up like breaking one of the floorboard. Yeah, and we were just like, no, let's just not die.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
let's not
Yeah.
be extra stupid here. So we just climbed down, and then one of my friends, he just taking pictures, and then we left. Nothing happened. That's just all we saw. Later, the next day at school, the friend that was taking pictures, he sent a photo to all of us, and where the door was for the kids' room,
Mhm.
there was a little girl, like the outline of a little girl. Like I walked through there. Like as he took the picture, I walked and I went into the room and I saw everything. I was like, oh no. And there was another one where he took a picture where the stairs were, and there was a room next to it, and there was a face, just a face,
Mhm.
like I don't know how to explain it. I don't even have the photos. I wish I had it. But you could see a perfectly outlined face, like the head, the
Yeah.
eyes, the nose, the ears, the mouth.
But nothing else.
No, it was just like a floating head, I guess.
Oh my
And
God.
he had multiple pictures, and only 2 of them had that.
Yeah.
Out of all the pictures that he took, like, and he took a bunch.
Oh.
That was the only thing that I've
Mhm.
ever like. Ah, it was
And
just
see,
crazy.
and I guess tied to because like was the face also in the doorway or in the room?
It was in the room.
Oh, okay.
It was in the room.
Because I know like superstitions and stuff like that. That like I read like doors, windows, are kind of like a portal threshold. That's have you ever heard that? No, that it's like sometimes it can be like that is like how they travel between plane. Like spirit world, physical world is like that idea of like a door.
Okay.
And like stuff like
Yeah.
that. So that's why I was like my picture, the one that my friend took was in a doorway. And you just said also like with the girl, it's the doorway.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like stuff like that. But have you heard any like spooky superstitions like that?
No, that's the first.
Well, there's another one that maybe you've heard because where we live in this southernmost part of the country, Mexican folklore, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
One of my friends lived outside city limits over by where, I can't even remember what it's called, outside of town.
Yeah.
And she lived like kind of like on a rancho, just kind of
Okay,
like
yeah.
countryside. And there was supposedly someone who lived relatively near in like a shack, and she was called a bruja or a witch,
Oh,
but
okay.
it was said that she was a lechuza.
Lechuza.
Have you heard that
Yes,
superstition?
I have.
So a lechuza is a witch-like being who can turn into an owl,
Yeah.
Oh.
and then they will whistle or make a sound, and if a kid or a child replicates that sound or says something back, the lechuza will come and take a kid.
Yeah. I've heard
No,
that if you
that-
cuss at them as well, they'll
See-
cuss back at you.
So yeah, it's like a superstition, like
Yeah.
that idea.
Yeah.
You've never heard of that?
No, that's the
No.
first time I've ever heard about.
Really?
Yeah, a witch turning into like an owl. Or,
Yeah. And so we were high school dumb kids, and we were like, we should go walk over that area. And I was like, why am I here? I'm gonna die first. But we went over, and we were all being dumb, right? And it's just
Yeah.
like, haha, that you was, oh my god, we're gonna see an owl, ha ha ha. And then out of nowhere, we heard like a sound, and we were just like, nope, we're going back. No, don't, and no one making a sound. And my friend Anthony, he like, I can't remember if he like whistled or something, and we were all like, ah! And we just
Leave him,
ran.
leave him.
You take that.
So
I was
you
like,
have to trip one of them so that you can be
yeah,
fast.
you don't need to be the fastest. You just need to be. You can't be the slowest.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But superstitions like that. Anything else?
I actually
you-
have something to that extent. So my dad's side of the family is huge. Like I have cousins.
Just 10 feet tall.
No, like I have a lot of cousins. Like he has, I think he's like 6, 7 brothers.
Oh God.
And they have like 6, 7 kids of like everybody. I have that family. I don't know who they are, but he actually told me that I think it was a cousin of mine that ended up having like a relative that was like super old. She was like in her 80s. She couldn't move. She couldn't walk, but she like still talked to you and stuff and whatever. She was doing fine.
Cognitively.
Yeah, she was there and she could talk to you. She knew who you were. She was fine, but she just couldn't really move. She couldn't walk, anything. And there was a rumor going on around that she was a lechuza. And there were these 2 nights that something strange happened. The first one was that they found her in the middle of the night, like outside. Like she was on the ground. She was just laying there. And she had bruises on her. And they were kind of like, maybe I don't know, like everybody was just kind of freaking out. Like maybe someone came in, they were trying to, I don't know, take her.
Steal her?
Yeah, like they were just freaking out. And they ended up like making like her house, like they were just safeguarding it, you know? And then there was this one night that my uncle, my dad's brother, apparently he had caught a lechuza one of those nights, and they ended up like beating it, like they were hitting it, and then they had it apparently caught, but somehow it got away. And then later in that evening, later that day in the morning, the next day in the morning, they found that the old woman on the roof with bruises all over.
I believe it.
I know it sounds stupid and like, I don't know, like kind of like what? But like these are my family members.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, and it's really hard because they wouldn't just make up stuff, and like they had a recording of it. My uncle, and they recorded
beating.
Yeah, the lechuza.
Was it like an owl or like a person?
Yeah, it was like an owl. Like it was super like almost. It was weird because it was almost like elongated.
Yeah,
it wasn't normal.
Yeah, I was
it
gonna
wasn't
say
like a normal
in
owl.
some superstition folklore, it's not. It's like a hybrid kind of. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I've heard like an owl and a dog, or an owl and something. It's like it's not just an owl. It's like a bigger creature, but it's always linked to like an owl.
But I'm like, I don't even want to hear it. Like, I don't even want to know any. Yeah, that's super scary. Like, what if that actually is a thing? Like,
do you not think it's a thing?
I don't want to think about it.
See, and that's why, like, and with after all we talked about
I've
this
never seen.
and like interactions and what we've heard, how much of that do you believe is real? Like ghosts and that, like even like pictures or like the stories and like sinking it into what can be actually real in this world. How much of it do you think is real?
Coming from my point, the thing is, I never seen anything supernatural or anything of that. Now, does it hold a great importance? Like, for example, the tree that I was talking about? Well, yeah, because you really think about it, a lot of people died on that. Last moments were there, ingrained in that. But is that our self-conscious kind of thinking about, like, thinking
filling
that,
in?
Yeah, and like intensifying. It's like, oh my god, if that were to happen to me, I would definitely like haunt this area or something. You know what I mean? But it's just like your mind kind of thinking. But that's from my point of view. Like I said, I've never seen anything superstitious. And coming from you guys, I mean, you've seen things.
I mean, well, like
Heard
just in
things.
general, even like how much faith can you put into the unknown?
The thing is, if I can see it,
You believe it?
I believe it.
Okay. So like aliens,
If I see it, I believe it.
creatures from other planes that have tentacles on their face.
I mean, didn't they say that they found like life on Mars?
Mars, yeah.
Yeah.
Like of course like germ wise and everything
Yeah.
like that.
Like
But
organisms.
Mhm.
but there you go.
Okay. Lee?
I don't know how to respond to that because, I mean, I come from like a family who has like a lot of, I guess, like stories in that sense, like the Mexican culture and how
Mhm.
like La Llorona and like all these
Mhm.
things, and it's, I mean, they must come from like they must be like half truth, right?
Yeah,
Like-
there's part truth.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's not entirely fiction. Maybe it is. I don't know, but and again, like Justin, like I've never saw an apparition with my own eyes. I never saw or experienced anything except that one time. We were in a Zoom call, all of us.
Oh,
We were-
that one. Yeah, we're back. We're
Oh,
back.
so we were in a Zoom
Oh,
call.
well,
I
okay. I can see that. Yeah.
You know, so we were in a Zoom call, all of us, and I have a light behind me, like a lamp, right? I'm nowhere near it. We're talking, and my lamp goes out. Like it just goes out, and it turns back on.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with the wires. I've hooked it up to other things too, just to make sure that it wasn't like a faulty plug or anything.
Yeah, and it wasn't like like it flickered.
No,
and
yeah.
it went out. It was
It
just
just poof, beep, and came back on. And that, I mean, there's just these things that I just can't really explain. I mean,
But then again,
and then you can try though. You know, you can go deep and be like, well, maybe this would explain it. You know,
Yeah.
something rational.
yeah, that's what I did. I went out and like plugged other things to it. I changed the plug thing as well. Nothing. It worked. It was fine.
Yep.
So I mean, I guess for me it's just, I don't know. I guess I'll deal with it when it comes.
But then
if
again,
something happens,
your room is pretty inviting because you're pretty much in the void. We always say that Lee's in the void because he has
There's
everything.
no lights on.
There's no lights on it. He's in the dark.
Practically just the monitor.
The only light is there is the monitor. But that one light in the back was he was not in the void. But then the void's like no.
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess where I stand is just there's a respect that I have for these things. You know, like I don't want, even if it's true or not, I just don't want to like poke the bear.
Well,
You know?
like respect the
Yeah.
dead, respect the.
Yeah, of course. Like
No, of
I
course.
respect
No,
that,
but
but
like-
like I mean,
All of those superstitious and
like I wouldn't go and be
Fantastical
like
things.
I wouldn't go and like whistle at a chusa. You know?
Yeah.
Like I won't.
No, yeah.
I won't dip my pinky into something
It's
that that is the unknown. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
So.
I agree with that. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, let's try it out. Ouija board.
Yeah. Oh no, never touch it.
No.
But yeah, but I mean, and then from my side, I believe in this completely. Like, I totally think that there could be ghosts, phantasms, whatever. I believe in magic. Like, there could be planes elsewhere. I think, there could be.
Yeah.
I don't know why, like, my brain is just kind of like, I don't know why you would shut out those possibilities, even if I don't see it. And I think part of that comes from, like, our upbringing about, like, religion and superstition and how that, like, kind of ties in. Because, for some people, like, religion is just kind of like, I believe in a God that I've never seen, except
Yeah.
for his workings, and stuff like that. And, like, I believe in that completely, and, like, I've just kind of, that's moved into other things. It's just like magic. I definitely believe that there could be magic.
Because like, since there's a greater being
Mm-hmm.
that's created all this, created the earth,
Why
everything.
couldn't it have created something like that? Why couldn't it have created beings elsewhere? Why couldn't there be other beings like that creating more beings? You know,
Yeah.
like that idea of just kind of like a very open-minded to those kind of things. So yeah,
No, yeah.
but that also makes me really scared about a bunch of things.
Well,
Imagine
yeah.
if
Well,
Cthulhu was
how
real.
like
Like,
how
imagine that.
Yeah.
how insignificant we are compared
Yeah,
to
you know,
that.
something. But like,
But then again, that's what's it called? Kind of like the miracle of us just simply thinking cognitively and living. Kind of like, I don't know.
we're getting deep. We're getting deep.
Yeah, we're getting deep
It's
on
too
that.
deep. It's too.
Back to spooky.
But that is kind of spooky though,
Mhm.
if you really think about it.
But yeah, but I totally believe like, yeah, like one day like Cthulhu will just like emerge from the sea. Why not? You know, something happens, zombies. You know, just some sort of plague. COVID-19 turns into, you know, the zombie.
COVID zombie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But okay, let's see. What else? One of your other fears?
Yeah, that's one of my other fears that I've been thinking about recently more because like, imagine you're in like the ocean, in the middle of the ocean, and there's nothing beneath you.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like being out in space.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing out there
Whoa.
for you.
It's like the
It's
I forget what movie it was, but it's like I think World War II. It's these guys got shot down. Soldiers got shot down. Sorry, yeah.
They had
So
their
these-
jetpacks. They were flying. They got shot
Exactly.
down. Yeah.
But these they were battling the Japanese, and then they got shot down, and their plane lands in the middle of the ocean. So they're stuck in the middle of the ocean, and one by one, each one's getting eaten by sharks, or they die from starvation,
Mhm.
being in the sun, and then they have to throw them off, and then they see
Yeah.
their friends getting eaten by sharks.
Yeah.
is this Jaws?
No, no, it's actually based on a real thing. It's like real true events and everything, and I'm just like thinking like, holy cow! And like they do like interviews with the actual guys, and they're like, I don't like sharks. Like they have a fear of being out in the water and just like having a hatred towards sharks because like
Yeah.
they want nothing to do with that, and I'm just like, oh.
And that's part of the thing too, is like, if you knew like it was like, okay, my boat's right over there, I can just swim over there and then I'm done and I get on the boat and I leave. Like that's kind of like, okay, I can swim in open water. But yeah, if I was stranded, like I got shot out of my hot air balloon and, because we all have one, and I'm stuck in the ocean, heck yes, I'd be super afraid. But like, if it was just like swimming, the idea of swimming in open water, I'm fine with that. Stranded in the middle of the ocean, not down.
Well, I guess for me it's because I don't know how to swim.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
So-
I remember that character quirk. You forgot to put points into there.
So I stick to the shallow ground. Like I will never go like shoulder high. Never. I just
Just floating, just float.
Do you float?
no, not even that. I can't. I just can't.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that stuff is totally fine with me. But I think because we spent so much time as kids like by the ocean, and like I can't think of anyone that we know of that has ever had like a bad experience like drowning or like a fear like that.
Do you remember the time Rebecca almost drowned in the pool and Dada had to dive in after her?
No.
I remember that. It was at the condo. I think about that like all the time. Like she was hanging on, like she was little.
Then I was also little.
Well, then you don't remember. But
Yeah.
like she was like hanging on to the edge. You know how we used to like go along?
Yeah.
And like she let go and she started flailing and immediately Dada was like in the water.
Dang.
I remember that. Because I wasn't in the pool. I remember watching him just like get up and
I
Yeah.
remember that.
that was the only scary thing, I think.
But yeah, for me, I don't remember or don't know anything like that. And I know that there's people who like have family members or themselves have like had encounters with like drowning, which is super scary, or like riptides, you know. But I've been so fortunate that I haven't encountered really anything like that. That I've
Yeah.
kind of just been like, ignorance is bliss, you know.
Yeah.
Well, not ignorance, because I know the dangers, but like I've never firsthand seen it, so I'm not very scared about that.
Yeah. No, and actually, my dad, he was a certified lifeguard and scuba diver and everything, so he knows how to swim like a fish. Mom, on the other hand, she is terrified. Terrified.
I'd be the person in the pool that has their feet in the water. Like that's me.
See, like I'm the one that like dives into the deep.
Oh.
The only thing is, I can't. After I had my surgery, my breasts, my breast augmentation. Sorry, sidetrack. Tubes in my ears, bad surgery. They had to pull them out.
Ooh.
Anyway, big thing. I get really affected by pressure.
Oh, so your equilibrium?
No. Just like I just get like very intense pressure and pain in my ears. So like when I fly, I'm like I partially can't hear for a while.
Interesting.
So if I go under a certain amount of water, I'll
Yeah,
start
because
to feel the
Yeah,
pressure.
that too.
Yeah. So like I don't know if I can ever go scuba diving, but I would love to. That doesn't scare me.
You have to be careful with that because
Running out of oxygen.
no. Well, the thing is, if you scuba dive super deep, and then you quickly go back up,
Oh yeah.
what happens is that the oxygen in your blood. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not sure. I know it's dangerous to do it. I don't know for sure.
I think it's the oxygen in the blood starts to like increase or explode or something, to where it's pressurized. It's basically the
See, I know
pressure,
it's something about
Yeah,
pressure.
yeah, it's something
like
about
the
pressure.
adjusting pressure.
and
Not
basically you just
Mhm.
die. So you have to gradually just
Yeah.
go up, get your body
Acclimated.
acclimated. There you go, and
Acquisition.
and your body will adjust.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm like, nope, I'm good.
Mhm.
I'm a land person,
Live in the water.
but I can
See,
swim.
So
It's
so
just-
then what do you think is more scary? Scarier? More scary. Underwater, outer space. Unknown.
I feel that if you were to be pushed out of outer space, you would just die like that.
But like you
Insta
have
freeze.
you have gear for whichever one you go to. Scuba, you know, or astronaut, you know, some sort of you're able to traverse it. You're able to fly around and be fine. But what it would be scarier to explore? Space, underwater.
I think you die if it comes down to being like, give me a quick end space.
So that's scarier?
No. When you drown, you suffer more
Okay.
because you're gasping for oxygen, and all you get every time you gasp is water.
Wouldn't that be the same thing in outer space? Because when you run out of oxygen, you're choking.
I would literally open my head, open the helmet, and just instant freeze.
Well, actually, I don't think you instantly die because
It pulls the oxygen out of you.
yes,
doesn't it?
but you're still alive. I think because I mean,
But isn't the I guess the suit kind of warms because out there in space it's cold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cold.
But also you can't just
I mean, true, but I mean, I don't know, but do you understand what I'm saying? Like, compared to getting water in your lungs, then I don't know. I'm trying to think okay, which one would be a less.
But I mean, yeah, for like death purposes, like I definitely think maybe losing your oxygen in the space would be quicker. But just in general, like you had to go explore one of them.
I'd rather explore space and then say, oh, At least I'm going out with a view.
But you're gonna come back, maybe.
What kind of question is this? Are we
Yeah,
coming back or not?
Yeah, no,
The
like,
plan is yes.
am I?
The plan is yes. You're
You're coming back?
yes.
I'd rather come back from space. That's a once in a lifetime thing, man.
Justin, I'm asking which is scarier.
Which one is
Water.
scarier?
Water.
Water.
Yes. Because of the simple fact that you suffer more if you were to drown. And then also if it, like, I don't know if you guys can open your eyes in water. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts me. So I'm just like, I'm like, "Ah." So I can't see in the water. So that's also a big thing. Well,
Well, mine is easy. I think space would be scarier.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I know we've technically isn't it statistically like we've explored more space than we have of like the depths of the ocean of Earth or something?
Yeah.
like
Well,
that.
yeah.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
But I definitely, there's still something around me. The water, the fish that I know are there. In space, nothing. It's me and my claps. You know, like it's just my being. Like that scares me a lot more than like, there's water. I know where I'm at, ish. That's my thought on it.
Interesting. Yuri?
They are both equally scary.
Yeah, that's why I got picked.
Like, I don't think I could. Like, I'd be like, no.
So you wouldn't take it. So
I
you
wouldn't.
wouldn't take a chance to go up to space?
No. Even if there was a group of team, like
A what?
hoarding, like a group of team, like a group
Of people?
of people. Sorry,
Okay.
a group of people like escorting me.
team.
Even if there was a group escorting me through like space or the ocean, I wouldn't. No,
I wouldn't do
I
the
would
ocean.
not. I would never, ever.
I mean, I wouldn't go to, but if I was like, let's say maybe 80 something or 90 something, I'd be like,
Brittle bones.
yeah, why not? I mean, yo, when you're in space, you know, those joints will pop and everything. It's like, yes! My back will be straight. Yes!
Yes. Spinning in space. Yes.
My bones feel great.
The bones.
I wouldn't care. I'm already at the end of my life. I'd be just like, heck yeah, man.
Okay, I see. And I was watching some people review. There's a new show with someone famous. I can't remember. She's an astronaut. She's gonna go into space. You know, all these things.
Yeah.
But like they were talking about like those movies like what was the Sandra Bullock one? Interstellar.
Oh.
Gravity.
Well,
Gravity.
Interstellar.
Gravity was-
Interstellar.
Interstellar is with
Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey.
But that's a good one.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Hillary Swank. Oh,
Hilary Swank. There's this new one with Hilary Swank. You know, stuff like that. That like just like imagine they made it a joke, but I was like, oh, that's so scary. But like everyone's in space, something happens. You know, then you just see, like then it's just the thought of your family just like floating in space.
Or
Wait.
you could go through a black hole and
Stop.
go. And
I
well,
mean,
look
you
at
would die. That you would die.
Well, no, look at Matthew McConaughey, man.
That's a movie, but
But that idea of just like you're on Earth with some giant like binoculars, and you're like, oh no, my family.
oh no, my family.
What?
You don't have big binoculars, but like it's just the idea of. Listen. Galileo did it once upon a time.
My family died.
It's a metaphor, Lee.
I don't know why it's so funny.
It's because it's late and we're getting delayed.
Yeah, that's true. That's
I
true.
think that's a sign to cut it. I think.
Yeah. Oh my
man.
god.
Okay. Anything else we want
No, I think we've covered much of what we wanted to talk.
Yeah, we
Scary
talked about
movies.
we got some real, we went kind of real on our fears.
to? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking
And-
a little about that.
Talk a little about some movies that we would recommend for our spooky time of the year.
Spooky do we try?
And about what would be a greater fear, water or space. So if you want to comment down below on
Yeah,
that.
let us know what you think is scarier. Traversing underwater or traversing outer space. Definitely.
Remember, 90-year-old Justin would be like, yeah, my bones.
Oh, and Devon, tell me your greatest fear.
Wow, pointed. But thank you guys for joining us in our first kind of glimpse into our month of madness for October. Get ready for a bunch of spooky
Also, for our future content, we're going to be talking about a little bit more about like some certain games that kind of go with the theme.
Yes, definitely keep your eyes open for some horrors, some aliens, some beasts, crazy things that we're going to be talking about that'll fill your nightmares with both miniatures and ideas for your next story hook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And well, I think that's it, right?
Yeah,
Well,
stay posted. Like and subscribe to Become a Knight of Arcos.
well, I guess that's it. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.